My beloved child, I need you to stop rushing for just a moment. Let the frantic noise of your day fade away and allow my gentle peace to settle over your racing mind. I have stepped into the very room where you are sitting right now, not to give you another task, but to lift the heavy weight that is quietly crushing you. If you are hearing this now, it is because you have reached the absolute edge of your own human strength, and I need to tell you exactly what is about to happen next. You have been fighting a silent, exhausting battle that no one else truly understands. I see how you show up for your life every day. I see you managing your responsibilities, offering a brave face to the people who depend on you, while inside, your spirit feels entirely depleted. You lie awake in the quiet hours of the night, running the numbers, tracing every possible path, and bracing yourself for the next piece of bad news. You have been carrying this burden for so long that you are beginning to wonder if this painful struggle is simply your permanent reality. Listen carefully, chosen one. What I am about to reveal to you will completely change how you view this exhausting season. The intense weariness you feel right now is not a sign that you are failing, nor is it evidence that I have forgotten my promises to you. The exhaustion you are experiencing is the specific fatigue of a runner who has entered the final, most grueling stretch of the race. The enemy wants you to look at your tired hands and believe that the finish line is a mirage. He is pressing against your mind with unprecedented force right now because he knows something your natural eyes cannot yet see. He knows your struggle is about to permanently end. He does not waste his strongest opposition on targets that pose no threat. He attacks most fiercely right before the breakthrough arrives. If you are profoundly tired of fighting this battle in your own strength, type "I release my burden" in the comments below and let my restoring presence actively wash over your weary heart right now. Pay very close attention to the profound secret hidden within the silence you have been enduring. When you prayed and the sky seemed silent, your anxious mind tried to convince you that I had looked away. But the silence was never my absence. It was the concentrated, quiet space of deep, divine preparation. Think of a seed buried under the heavy, dark soil. From the surface, it looks as though nothing is happening. But underneath, the seed is undergoing immense pressure. That pressure is not destroying it. It is the exact force required to break the shell so the new life can finally push upward toward the light. You are not being buried in this season. You have been planted. The immense pressure of these past months was the necessary friction required to break the old, restrictive structures of your life, preparing you to hold the massive weight of the blessing that is now incoming. Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what is shifting in your spiritual atmosphere today. The wind is officially changing direction. The period of your intense, underground testing is drawing to a beautiful, undeniable close. The things that have been stubbornly stuck in your life are about to move with a speed that will completely defy human logic. I am currently aligning circumstances, unlocking doors, and positioning the right people to intersect with your path at precisely the right moment. The deliverance you have been begging for is not far away. It is actively in motion, making its way directly to your door. If you are ready to step out of the dark waiting room and embrace this new, illuminated chapter, confirm it by typing "I trust your timing" right now. Rest your racing mind today, my beautiful warrior. You do not have to figure out how the provision will arrive, and you do not have to survive this final stretch relying on your own empty reserves. The darkest, coldest part of the night is always the exact moment just before the dawn breaks. Breathe deeply, drop your heavy armor to the floor, and know that your long, painful struggle is coming to an end far sooner than you think. My precious child, I know the profound ache that lingers in the quiet hours when you remember the ones who walked away. You have carried the weight of their absence like a heavy stone, quietly wondering if their departure meant you were somehow fundamentally flawed. You have spent countless nights replaying conversations in your mind, looking for your own mistakes, trying to figure out what you could have done differently to make them stay. Listen carefully, chosen one. What I am about to show you concerning the people who walked away will permanently change how you view your own worth. Their departure was never a ruling on your value. The betrayal or sudden distance you experienced is not evidence of a flaw in you that made you easy to abandon. It is simply the tragic evidence of their own limitations, their own unhealed wounds, and their absolute inability to carry the massive weight of the destiny I have placed on your life. If they had stayed, they would have anchored you to a version of yourself that you were meant to outgrow. There is a profound secret about your season of isolation that the enemy desperately wants to keep hidden from you. He wants you to look at the shrinking of your circle and call it a failure. He wants you to believe that your pure heart is simply too difficult to love. But in the economy of my kingdom, subtraction is often the highest form of divine protection. I had to gently and sometimes painfully remove them because the new wine I am pouring into your life cannot be held in old, restrictive vessels. If you are ready to stop blaming yourself for the departures I orchestrated for your protection, type "I release the past" in the comments below and let my gentle peace wash over your tired mind right now. If you are hearing this now, you must understand that the isolation you felt was not a permanent state I intended for you. It was a necessary, protected passageway between the limiting relationships of your past and the deeply rooted, genuine connections of your future. Pay very close attention to what was actually happening beneath the surface while you thought you were simply buried. You look at the vacancies in your life and feel the ache of absence, but I need you to know that the empty places in your life are not evidence of my indifference. They are active construction sites. While you thought you were completely forgotten in the dark, you were actually planted. The growth has been happening, but it has been happening underground, where seeds must become strong roots before they can ever produce visible branches. I was doing my most vital work in the silence, forging a resilience and a depth of compassion inside you that simply cannot be manufactured in the light. I am about to reveal exactly how the empty spaces in your life are being filled. The people who overlooked you, the ones who dismissed your potential and left you behind, were simply making room. They were clearing the stage for the genuine, deeply rooted, and fiercely loyal connections I have already dispatched to your path. You are stepping into a chapter where you will be fully known, fiercely protected, and unconditionally loved by a circle that matches the pure depth of your own spirit. Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what this divine clearing has made room for. I am not bringing people into your life who will merely tolerate your light. I am bringing companions who will guard your vulnerabilities, celebrate your victories without an ounce of envy, and stand by your side in the battles to come. The exhausting season of shrinking yourself to fit into rooms that were too small for your calling is permanently over. Confirm that you trust my divine pruning today by typing "God is my protector" right now. Rest your weary heart today, my beautiful warrior. The painful process of clearing the ground is safely finished. The heavy season of hiding in the shadows is ending, and the magnificent, unshakable structure of your new life is beautifully beginning to rise. You are entirely safe in my hands. My precious child, I know the profound ache that lingers in the quiet hours when the memory of what you have lost tries to pull you back into the dark. You have spent so much time replaying the chapters that broke your heart, silently wondering if the damage you carry is a permanent measure of your fundamental inadequacy. You look at the scars of this long battle, and your tired mind whispers that you are too broken to hold the beautiful future you have been praying for. Listen carefully to what the enemy is desperately trying to hide from you right now. The scars you carry are not evidence of your failure. They are the absolute proof of your survival. They are the undeniable marks of a warrior who walked through a fire that was designed to consume them, and emerged on the other side still breathing, still reaching, and still choosing to trust my name. I did not allow you to walk through that fire to destroy you. I allowed it because the heat was necessary to burn away the attachments and fears that would have kept you from your true destiny. What I am about to reveal about your invisible wounds will completely change how you view your own strength. I am the doctor of the broken heart, and I am actively stepping into the deepest, most tender places of your soul today. I am taking the raw material of your suffering, your shattered expectations, and your quiet tears, and I am filling those cracks with my unshakable golden light. You are not a diminished version of who you used to be. You are becoming a masterpiece of my grace, deeper, wiser, and more genuinely rooted because of what you have endured. If you are ready to let go of the pain that has been weighing you down and accept my profound healing, type "I release my past" in the comments below and let my comforting peace wash over you right now. Pay very close attention to how your spiritual atmosphere is actively shifting in this very hour. The heavy, suffocating fog of confusion that has clouded your vision is permanently lifting. For so long, you have been trying to engineer your own rescue, exhausting yourself by running the numbers and trying to force closed doors to open. I need you to drop that heavy burden to the floor and let me carry it for you. The frantic, exhausting cycle of trying to survive on your own depleted strength is officially over. There is a profound secret about the silence you just endured. While you thought I was distant, I was actually performing the deepest, most intricate work of preparation in the unseen realm. I was actively aligning circumstances, moving resources, and positioning the exact people you need for the chapter that is opening before you right now. The long, grueling night of your soul has served its divine purpose, and the first light of your new dawn is undeniably breaking across the horizon. Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what is standing right in front of you. The days of measuring your fragile security against the mounting pressures of this world are permanently finished. You are stepping into a season where the things you thought were completely destroyed are being restored to you, not in their original, fragile state, but multiplied, purified, and entirely secure. I am replacing your quiet despair with an unshakable, resilient joy that cannot be broken by the winds of this world. Confirm that you trust my divine restoration by writing, "God is my strength today." Rest your weary mind today, my beautiful warrior. You do not have to fight the current anymore, and you do not have to brace yourself for the next disaster. The storm has passed, the ground beneath your feet is solid, and you are safely wrapped in my majestic, unfailing arms. Breathe deeply. Keep your head held high, and watch with quiet confidence as the magnificent reality of your answered prayers beautifully comes into view. My precious child, I see the deep, settling weariness that has taken hold of you in these recent days. You have been carrying the heavy weight of this long transition for so much longer than you ever anticipated. You have been holding your breath, bracing for the next disappointment, and trying to navigate the complex maze of your life using your own depleted energy. I know there are nights when you lie awake running the numbers, tracing every possible path, and wondering if you have enough strength left to cross the finish line. Listen carefully, chosen one, because I need to explain exactly why this specific moment feels so incredibly heavy. What you are experiencing right now is not the failure of your faith. It is the specific, profound exhaustion of a runner who has entered the final, most demanding stretch of a very long race. I know what I see when I look at late-stage runners. I know that they often feel the absolute worst just before the breakthrough arrives. The fatigue peaks right before the finish line comes into view. The adversary wants you to interpret this late-stage exhaustion as a sign of permanent defeat. He is pressing against your mind with unprecedented force right now because he knows your season of waiting is drawing to a close. If you are ready to let me carry this crushing weight for the rest of the journey, type "I release my burdens" in the comments below, and let my restoring peace actively settle over your racing mind. Pay very close attention to the subtle but undeniable shift occurring in your spiritual atmosphere today. The long season of your hidden, underground preparation is safely finished. The deep roots you grew in the dark soil of your isolation are now strong enough to support the magnificent growth that is about to become visible. The invisible work I have been doing behind the scenes, the aligning of circumstances, the moving of resources, and the positioning of genuine people, is actively transitioning into your daily reality. If you are hearing this now, it is because I need you to drop the exhausting habit of trying to engineer your own rescue. You have spent so much time trying to force closed doors to open, believing that if you just worked a little harder or worried a little more, you could secure your own future. But I am your shepherd. A shepherd does not merely watch the flock from a distance and hope they find their way. A shepherd takes personal, hands-on, continuous responsibility for the complete well-being, provision, and safety of the ones in his care. You do not have to manage the intricate logistics of your incoming blessing. I am the master builder, and the arrangement of your new chapter is flawlessly on schedule. Look closely at the doors standing before you in this new season. I am closing the doors to the environments that required you to shrink, the relationships that demanded you to hide your scars, and the spaces that drained your pure spirit. In their place, I am opening doors that lead to lush, fertile pastures. I am leading you out of the desert of survival and into a land where your quiet faithfulness will yield a breathtaking harvest. The days of measuring your fragile security against the mounting pressures of this world are permanently finished. Confirm that you trust my perfect provision over your life today by writing, "God is my provider" right now. Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what we are stepping into together. I am replacing your quiet despair with an unshakable, resilient joy that cannot be broken by the unpredictable winds of this world. You do not have to fight the current anymore, and you do not have to brace yourself for the next disaster. The storm has passed. The ground beneath your feet is completely solid, and the period of your isolation is over. Breathe deeply, my beautiful warrior. Drop your heavy armor to the floor, rest your weary head on my shoulder, and watch with calm confidence as the masterpiece of your new life beautifully comes into view. My beloved child, take a slow, deep breath right now and let the frantic rushing of your thoughts come to a complete halt. I have entered the quiet space where you are sitting today, not to ask more of your depleted strength, but to invite you to finally set down your heavy shield. If you are hearing this now, it is because you have arrived at the magnificent intersection where your long season of painful preparation meets my perfect season of fulfillment. You have walked through a desert that felt entirely endless. You have survived nights where the fear tried to convince you that the morning was never coming, and you have carried the weight of delayed promises until your hands ached from holding on. Listen carefully, chosen one, because the silence you just endured was not my absence. It was my presence in a form you were not yet equipped to recognize. While you thought you were completely stalled, I was doing something in the spirit that had not yet taken a form that your natural eyes could see. There is a profound secret about the timeline of your life that you must grasp today. The delay you wept over was not a denial of your prayer. If I had handed you the massive blessing you were asking for before the fire had refined your character, the sheer weight of that provision would have crushed you. The long, quiet season of waiting was the necessary excavation of your soul, building a root system deep enough to sustain the breathtaking height of the tree that is about to bloom. If you are ready to leave the desert behind and finally step into your promised abundance, type "I receive my harvest" in the comments below and let my comforting peace wash over your spirit right now. Pay very close attention to the subtle but undeniable shift occurring in your daily life in this very hour. The provision you are waiting for is no longer just a promise. It is in active motion. I am currently aligning circumstances, moving resources, and positioning the exact people you need to intersect with your path at precisely the right moment. I am opening doors that you did not even know existed, and the solutions to the problems that kept you awake at night are going to arrive from directions that will completely bypass your human logic. You have spent so much time trying to mentally engineer your own rescue, exhausting yourself by running the numbers and trying to force outcomes. I am asking you to permanently drop that heavy burden today. I am your provider, and the intricate choreography of bringing the right opportunities to your doorstep is my domain, not yours. Do not miss the breathtaking reality of what I have forged inside of you during this difficult chapter. The enemy thought the pressure of this season would permanently break your spirit, but instead, it forged you into a masterpiece of resilience. You are no longer the frightened, anxious person who entered this valley. You are walking out of this fire as a seasoned warrior, carrying a depth of faith, a purity of heart, and a genuine compassion that can only be built in the dark. Confirm that you trust my flawless plan for your future today by simply writing "God is my guide" right now. Rest your weary mind today, my beautiful child. The outcome of your story is not determined by your own depleted strength. It is determined by the absolute faithfulness of the God who is holding you. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a holy blessing upon your household until it overflows. The dawn has undeniably broken, the storm has permanently passed, and the beautiful, victorious life I prepared for you is finally here. My beloved child, the long and exhausting night of your soul has finally run out of time. The sun is breaking over the horizon, and the grueling chapter you just survived is permanently closing. You have carried the heavy weight of the unknown with a quiet, beautiful dignity, and today I am officially declaring the end of your storm. Listen carefully, chosen one, because how you walk out of this desert is just as important as how you survived it. You are not leaving this wilderness empty-handed, and you are not walking away diminished. I am taking the very things that tried to break you and turning them into the unshakable foundation of your new season. The tears you shed in the darkest hours were not wasted. They watered the seeds of the breathtaking harvest that is actively breaking through the soil right now. What you thought was a burial was actually a planting, and your season of blooming has undeniably arrived. Pay very close attention to the definitive shift happening in your atmosphere today. I have dispatched my mighty warrior angels to encamp around your dwelling. They are standing guard over your peace, your family, and the newly cleared path I have laid before you. Misfortune, anxiety, and the exhausting grip of scarcity will no longer be permitted to cross your threshold. Your home is becoming a sanctuary of absolute tranquility, a place where my presence dictates the atmosphere and where the shadows of your past simply cannot survive. Do not miss the profound reality of the reward I am placing in your hands in this very hour. The days of measuring your fragile security against the mounting pressures of this world are permanently finished. I am opening the windows of heaven to pour out a holy blessing upon your household until it overflows. What you lost in the breaking is being returned to you, not in its fragile, original state, but multiplied, purified, and entirely secure. If you are ready to drop your heavy armor to the floor and step into your promised abundance, type "I receive my harvest" in the comments below and let my restoring peace settle your weary mind right now. What you are about to step into will completely erase the ache of your past isolation. You will not have to chase down the people who misunderstood you or beg for a seat at tables where you were never truly valued. I am actively drawing genuine, steadfast, and deeply loyal connections into your daily reality. I am sending people who will not just tolerate your light, but who will celebrate your victories, guard your vulnerabilities fiercely, and love you with the exact same profound depth that you have always offered the world. If you are hearing this now, it is because I need you to understand that the fight is truly over. You do not have to brace for the next disappointment. You do not have to figure out how the provision will arrive. You do not have to fight the current anymore. You are my cherished masterpiece, meticulously crafted with love and intention, and nothing can alter the magnificent value I have placed upon your life. I am your shepherd, your protector, and your ultimate provider. Everything concerning you is perfectly and flawlessly well. Look closely at the horizon of your new season, and hear this final promise, the quiet reward for your silent endurance. The victory is already yours. The breakthrough is no longer just a promise. It is your present reality. Go forward with quiet confidence, because I am with you every single step of the way, and I will never let you fall. If this message reached a tender place in your heart today, do not keep this profound blessing to yourself. There is someone in your life who is currently standing in the middle of their own exhausting desert, feeling completely abandoned by hope. Share this message with them today. Your simple act of sharing might be the exact light that guides them out of their loneliness and gives them the courage to hold on for one more day. I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join our family, so you never miss the divine words of encouragement, provision, and protection I have prepared to speak directly over your life. Type "Amen" in the comments below to claim this massive incoming shift, seal this profound victory, and declare your unwavering trust in my perfect plan.